These oil fields should be the major source of South Sudan's revenue. Its reserves are among the largest in sub-Saharan Africa. But the oil stopped flowing more than 3 years ago when the country descended into civil war. Now South Sudan wants to restart production with help from neighboring Sudan.
I went to Sudan. We have reached an agreement that we will actually start borrowing power from AWOLICH oil field, and we will also be using the base camp. You have seen the base camp is destroyed here, but we will be using the AWOLICH base camp. And then if we have the power and we have the AWOLICH base camp, and we have the security from division and also from the state, then in 3 weeks' time we will be in production.
Agreement on power supply hasn't been the only stumbling block. Landlocked South Sudan can't process or transport oil to international markets, so it has to rely on Sudan. And Sudan depends on the revenue from the fees it charges to handle that oil. An agreement on those fees was reached in 2012, but when oil prices dropped, the fixed fees became too costly. Now they've been renegotiated to be based on the price of oil, easing the way for production to restart. Both can't risk further delays. Their economies are in crisis, and the industry has been shattered by conflict and looting.
The destruction, again, as we have seen in Unity, the control rooms are completely ransacked. The facilities, the processing facilities are in good conditions, but the cable also are cut off, are taken.
It's hard to believe South Sudan's oil fields once produced more than 100,000 barrels per day. Most of the oil fields are damaged from the civil war. In addition to providing electricity, South Sudan is also relying on Sudan to help it with securing the fields, which its neighbor also stands to benefit from. Rebuilding the industry here will take time.
Conflict is not completely over, and if you remember that the reason the oil fields were shut down in Unity State in the first place, and some places also in Upper Nile, is because of conflict. And maybe if the agreement with Sudan doesn't hold, owing to other problems, political reasons, then it may also create some challenges.
Challenges which South Sudan needs to overcome to revive its economy. Hiba, Al Jazeera, Pariang, South Sudan.